Yo, what is good YouTube? Dubs here, back with another video, guys. We have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, and observations from another day here in Indianapolis for Colts training camp. And we actually got a lot of good news and a lot of bad news as well. And I'm going to keep you guys updated with all of that. As you see, we got some team drills going on right now, so I'm going to show you guys some of this while going over some of the things of, to know. However, before we jump into the video, I need you guys to do me a big favor and smash that like button. Let's see if we get the video up to 100 likes. I just want to see if we can, get this video out to all the Colts fans out there. So hitting that like button does help a ton. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, signings, trades, training camp, preseason, regular season, and I will be live streaming games as well. So if you want to come watch some Colts games with me throughout the season, make sure you guys join the family. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, the main thing we want to note here, and this is not a good thing at all, but Jonathan Taylor, Jim Irsay got into a discussion and came out of it. Jonathan Taylor wants a trade. He requested a trade. He's out, failed his physical, is not practicing, and he looks like he wants out. I'm not really too sure what's going to happen next. There's still a lot of things that need to be, done in terms of trading him or, ironing things out and making sure things are okay between the two. But man, I mean, if he's gone, you're looking at maybe Zach Moss or Evan Hull or maybe Deion Jackson being that number 2 or the number 1 running back on this team. So I want you guys to do me a favor real quick right now. If Jonathan Taylor is not on the team, who do you guys think will be the RB1? Comment down right below right now, because I really am curious to see who you guys think it would be. Other than that, though, we've seen a lot of Anthony Richardson and Gardner Minshew splitting reps with the first team. It looks like this is a true, competition here at camp, which is something that you want to see. You don't just want to give him the job right away, because then he thinks, then he'll think that, he's just the best. And then, low-key, Gardner Minshew's not a bad quarterback, and I think the competition will help both these guys out actually a ton. Now, for the second practice in a row, it was Richardson who took the first team offense with him, so that is something to note. I guess maybe he's got an upper hand taking day 3, but I bet day 4 probably Gardner Minshew. He played the first 6 reps with the starters, completing 5 of 6 passes with the first team. However, Gardner Minshew took over the rest of the first team reps. So, like I said, they're legitimately splitting reps here in Indianapolis. This is the first time the two split reps in a single practice in terms of both getting chances with the first team. So that was interesting. It really just shows that they're in a QB battle, which is I'm very curious about. I said Jonathan Taylor, Tyquan Lewis, and Will Mallory remain on the PUP list. Julian Blackmon and Julius Brents did not practice for the 3rd consecutive day. Samson Ubicam did not practice for the 2nd consecutive day. And then we had a couple of guys like Darius Rush and Jake Witt did not practice yesterday. Other than that, there's been a couple of guys who have been standing out. I mean, I would guess Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore is a guy who's been, Kenny Moore has been a guy who's been looking really good. He's been playing a little bit in the slot, so that's something to, take note of. But overall, this team looks pretty good. They still have a lot of development to do in terms of, this defense, this offense as well, bringing Josh Downs up to date, getting Isaiah McKenzie ready to go with Anthony Richardson. I mean, since, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce have been here, but they don't have the chemistry with Anthony Richardson or Gardner Minshew yet, so that's something that they're going to have to continue to build upon. But overall, I like the roster here in Indianapolis. They're just going to have to figure out what's going on with Jonathan Taylor. I do believe if they have Jonathan Taylor, this could be a very good football team next year, especially if Anthony Richardson shows anything like he did at Florida. And I know the competition level was a lot different, but I do think Anthony Richardson is a good quarterback and could be a great quarterback with some development underneath him. So we'll see what happens over the next few days. Pads should be coming on soon, and that's when we'll know a lot more within practice and all that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys think about Colts training camp so far. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and also go use the promo code for Underdog Fantasy down below. I'm going to be doing fantasy drafts every single week, every Sunday, and I'm going to be live streaming them. So if you want to join those drafts with me, compete, make sure you guys go click that link, use my code, and we can have a great year this year on Underdog Fantasy. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, and if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.